how to sew a bustier corset with a sew-in cup. First of all, print the pattern, which consists of 6 sheets. This pattern contains seam allowances. Seam allowance comprises 1.2 centimeters along the upper and lower vertical curves of all the pieces. The cradle has seam allowance of 0.7 centimeters. Seam allowance of the main cup pieces, which are cut from the lining and lace, is also 0.7 centimeters. The upper cut of the cup has 1.5 centimeters of seam allowance for lining. There is no seam allowance for scalloped lace trims. Now, materials and tools which we need. I fold the corset mesh, marquisette, in 2 layers and arrange all paper patterns except for the front central pattern, which will be cut open from 1 layered mesh. The fabric direction is crucial as we don't want our corset to stretch in the waist. I often don't make bar tacks when sewing such delicate fabrics, and I also try not to sew over pins. The seam is made, and it is necessary to remove all pins or to unpin all pieces. I unfold the mesh. The mesh serves as the lace lining. I will stitch on the mesh in 1 millimeter from the previous stitching, tacking seam allowance. This stitch will help to turn over the pieces neatly, and I don't make a bar tack again. Now, when our corset body is ready, we should compare it with the pattern. Do it constantly. Check yourself. You work with very thin fabrics and they can be pulled and deformed. You can make a rookie mistake or by accident. So, compare the patterns and ensure that the garment corresponds to the size you are making. Now, let's join the cup pieces. I take the outer, lower cup pattern, cut seam allowance along the curve 2 to 3, and mark this curved seam on the piece directly. I take the second lower cup and the neoprene edge in the curve 2 to 3 is applied to the marked line. I pin the pieces. For convenience, I pin at an angle so that I can remove them easily while sewing. So the foam cups are ready. It is compulsory to compare the symmetry of the cups and make sure that they are similar in size and in the position of the decorative tape. Let's sew the cup lining. I will try to press first without touching the marking for cup insertion. Then I press the foam cups on the pressing molds with circular movements, barely touching the fabric, and give them a rounded shape. Our work is about to finish. The last thing we should do is to attach the hook and eye tape. To sew the tape symmetrically on the second side, you should fasten all hooks and repeat all steps I made on the side with the eyes. Everything is perfect. This is the hook and eye fastening we get.